Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick, a Movie AV Impulse, and today I am going to go over 5 4K Blu-ray restorations that you must own in your collection. And if you're starting off being a physical media collector, there can be tons of channels and you don't really know where to turn as far as collecting movies goes. Well, there are a ton of us. I'm sure there'll be suggestion videos underneath this video. I will just name a few down in the description. And also, all these movies that I mentioned, if you would like to use the affiliate link that I leave down below, please feel free to do so, as it helps out the channel for me to bring you more reviews. On top of that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that like, as it helps me in the algorithm. So let's get into my top 5 favorite part 1, and I will have a dishonorable mention that many of you might not agree with, but it's just my own personal opinion. To me, they just did not come out that great. But anyways, let's get into the intro.
Makes you think what's the channel about? What's this really about? It's about teaching life lessons, teaching the youth. It's about top fives, movie reviews. That's what makes you who you are, makes you what you are. There's no rules in this game. There's no parameters. Just truth. So, 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna wish you subscribed. 2-3 weeks from now, you're gonna be looking for Movie AV Impulse. Okay, I'm reloaded. Let's go.
Now, the first film this film came out when the year I was born. Growing up, I watched this film all the time, only owned it on DVD, and I had to have this when it came out on 4K, and that is going to be Poltergeist. This is a custom slipcover done by Side Hustle Cinema. If you don't know, I will tag him down below also. But this restoration was done beautifully. The only thing is, when they are restoring older movies that relied a lot on CGI, some of the times the CGI can either be done really well or it can kind of take a turn for the worst. This one was kind of like in between the fine line, but as far as everything else goes, I thought they did a phenomenal job on this restoration. This is a must own if you are starting a collection or if you have not picked this up yet. Must own. Number 2 is just by Arrow. It is just fantastic. I love this movie. Of course, this movie came out when I was younger too, but I remember watching it because nobody thought it was going to be that violent. And then we all saw the movie and realized, yeah, it was that violent. And that's going to be RoboCop, the Arrow edition. I love this restoration. Done very, very, very well. Just the right amount of film grain to kind of give you that essence and capture that old school feeling. They didn't scrub it down too hard, but they just made it beautifully done. This is a must own in your collection, especially if you like action flicks. Beautifully done. Coming in at number 3, now this was done previously, and then when they came out with the Steelbook, they remastered this in Dolby Vision. And me personally, if you know my channel, you know I love Dolby Vision, and I think this came out just a step above the HDR10 edition that they did have in the 3-pack. But the Men in Black done in Dolby Vision was a great restoration, and it showed the strength of what Dolby Vision can actually do. And the visual effects in this movie held up very well, but this movie was made in the 90s versus something like Poltergeist that was made in the 80s, and movies that were made in the 70s and so forth that used a little bit of CGI. Sometimes it just really didn't hold out, but this held out remarkably, and I prefer the Dolby Vision version over the HDR10 version. Just my opinion. Coming in at number 4, now I did a full review on this the day that I got it. This is a Germany import, but the restoration is just done remarkably, and I absolutely love this movie. It is a cult classic, and that is going to be Bloodsport. While the booklet is in German, it is still cool to kind of look at the pictures and everything, but this set is just totally amazing. They do have a US version now, and once again, I will leave those affiliate links down below. But if you are a Jean-Claude Van Damme lover and you love his movies, Bloodsport is what put him on the map to me, which led to a hit or miss career depending on what movie you're really looking for. But this is a must own. You don't necessarily have to get the media book, but I love it because it actually feels like a real book from when we were kids. Now, one dishonorable mention, and I think across the board, everybody can agree with me on this one if you haven't watched any reviews on this particular set. But Rocky 1 through 4, I just think that these were not done well at all. The film grain is just as heavy as the DVDs were. I just don't know what they were thinking. I don't know if they tried their best, but if they did, oof. I don't know how the newer editions look, but I really haven't seen any hype about them because I know they reissued some, maybe that fixed some of the issues, but this one to me is not worth picking up in your collection. I will leave the newer one down below because I believe it has Rocky 5 in it as well. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But this knockout collection was terrible. And my favorite movie still looked like the DVD that I had, which is part 3, still looked the same as the DVD. That's pretty much how bad it was. And last but not least, which will follow up on Sunday's video, which this movie I have so much love and passion for. This restoration has been done numerous times over, but the last adaptation that they did just came out spectacular, and that is going to be The Godfather. And come Sunday, I am going to make you an offer that you can't refuse, because I am doing a special piece on this movie, because this movie just put things in perspective on what filmmaking is. I absolutely adore and love this movie. So make sure you tune in on Sunday. Thanks. Next time I do this type of video, when I do part 2, I will add some clips in, but sometimes when you do that, people prefer not to do it. But if you want me to do that, leave a comment down below. I would definitely throw some, screenshots and stuff like that. It's just that sometimes what you see on your screen may not project right on what you actually get when you're looking at these. But all these Godfathers just came out so wonderfully done. This is a must own in any gangster/mafia collection. Anyways, thanks, and I will see y'all on Sunday. Make sure you come back because I really did some digging and some research. You are going to love this video on Sunday. Peace.